Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corporation radio station. Stream us on your cell, laptop, desktop, or tablet at KFMA.com. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday, February 6th, 26th. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. We're excited for another week. Of course, this week you can win $2,024 each and every day from KFMA. I'm going to give you the keywords to text our number here at 6:30 and 7:30. That's the main promotion. I got ticket giveaways for the Tucson Roadrunners for a Wednesday night kids game. You know, we'll be throwing those out like sporadically, but we'll have a good time. You have a good weekend?
Yeah.
That's
Got to hang out with my kid. It was
Nice.
good.
Yeah, which one? Which one of the 17?
The youngest.
How many you got total again with step kids included?
5.
Yeah, okay. I'd say you got to hang out with your kid.
Uh-huh.
Like, is there a day that you don't get to hang out with your kid? That's probably good.
Yeah, but it was a very special time. We went to the trampoline park and almost broke my body. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so I would say the same. Like, I hung out with my kid, but I have an 18-year-old teenager and stuff, so I see her just briefly, and then she'll go into her room or she'll go out and spend the night at her boyfriend's house. It's a very odd scenario. She's not like smart enough to know that when I'm like, hey, if you do this, this, and this, I'll allow you to spend the night at your boyfriend's house. But basically what I'm saying is I need you to get out of the house because I want to have someone over and have my own little fun. So, and she doesn't get that. She's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. And,
Yeah, I'll clean the bathroom. We're good. Let's go.
yeah. In the morning, the girl's all like, should I get out of here before your daughter gets home? Like, she's not going to come home till like 3 in the afternoon.
Right.
She's lazy. Like, yeah, we're not going to see her again. It's good. So,
I might see her before she goes to school on Monday. It'll be fine.
yeah, right. Yeah, we had a huge weekend with Tucson Roadrunners, and I'm kind of bummed, to be honest with you. Like, I had our bosses come out on Saturday night. That was nice. They got to see the game. And on Saturday, it was like a throwback night, right? Where they were, honoring the Phoenix Roadrunners legacy. Phoenix Roadrunners was the AHL team from the 70s and 80s. And ironically, that was the first professional hockey game that I saw growing up as a kid. So I always had this kind of like, connection in a weird way to the Roadrunners, right? So when I came down here and they announced the name of the team, I was just like, yeah, the Roadrunners, that's how I know of professional hockey in Arizona, way before the Coyotes. And so on Saturday night, they had their throwback jerseys, which was cool, like a 70s style vibe, but like a royal blue and the bright 70s yellow kind of like scheme with the old school logo on it. And of course, I have my own jersey with my name on it, and I'm stoked. And the initial idea going into these jerseys is to, auction them off at the end of the game, all the player worn jerseys, and raise money for charity. Which is great. Organize the Roadrunners do that, and they raise a bunch of money for charity throughout each and every season. And I'm happy to be a part of that because I run the auction. But I wanted to keep my jersey, so I went to Bob, the president, the night before, and I was like, Bob, man, I don't know if anyone wants to spend like an insane amount of money on my jersey. Is there any way I could keep this? Because it kind of. It's kind of near and dear to me. Like, it has sentimental value, and I would love to have this as part of my, roster of jerseys, as I have 7 of them right now.
Right.
Yeah, I have one for every day of the week. Yeah, which is cool. I didn't mean to turn into Kevin Smith. It just happened. And so after contemplating on Saturday, when I show up to the game, I get the heads up like, hey, Bob thought about it. And he's like, yeah, you could keep your jersey. And I'm like, awesome. And so I run into Bob, and he's like, yeah, unless, someone's trying to like throw out a bunch of money, yeah, just keep it. I'm like, cool. Yeah, not a problem. So I go and I do the auction. Everything's good. We go through all the jerseys, raise a bunch of money. Some of these jerseys go for over $2,000.
Nice.
Super surprised about that. And then I'm like, all right, guys, it's all done. I'm like, yeah, have a good night. Drive safe. We'll see you next game. And then I hear, what about your jersey? And I was like, well, my jersey, like, and not unless, we're like, okay, I'll open it up, $10,000. And someone goes 500, and another person goes 550. Another one's like 600. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, we got a bid off. So
somebody's taking my jersey.
Yeah, so we ended up selling my jersey for $650.
Nice.
Yeah, great for charity. Sucks for me.
I know.
And it was such a clean jersey. And I can't be too mad about it, I'm like, all right, fine. And then afterwards, and they had me autograph the jersey, which again I still have to work on. Like I might do that when we play songs this morning, just write my name over and over again. Because you never think to like practice your autograph unless you are in professional sports or whatever.
Or you're 12.
Right, I know, but I need to do that. And you know what? It's something you might need to do too. Because people still oddly ask for autographs. But in this situation, you Sharpie on a jersey and you take a $650 jersey and you make it a $3 jersey just by scribbling beef vegan on it, on the number, like messing it up. Either way, so long story short, I'm out of jersey. And I know it was not only was I gonna like covet that jersey and keep it for a little bit, but I was also thinking about gifting it later this year to a man up in Phoenix who used to be a radio DJ named Beef Wellington. And he used to be the arena host for the Phoenix Roadrunners back in the day.
Oh, that would have been cool.
You know what I mean? I would have done like really nice guy stuff. I would have been a sweet, like sensitive dude, a generous guy saying, here you go. Beef would have been super appreciative, whether or not he would have been able to fit it or not. He's a big dude. But it's a big jersey. So even if it was a little tight, still, here you go. Modern day, Tucson Road or Phoenix Roadrunners jersey. Unfortunately, the generosity of Tucson made that dream an impossibility. But, money goes to charity, so that's good.
Aggressive positivity.
I get it. And afterwards, Bob was like, what the hell, man? I thought you were going to keep your jersey. I'm like, $650. He's like, yeah, that's pretty good amount of money.
Yeah,
So he might give me like a knockoff jersey, but it won't be the same. But that was my weekend in a nutshell. Essentially, we have a lot of highlights that we're going to get to today. Shane Gillis hosted SNL. Florida Man games of Florida actually kicked off. How'd that go? How many people got arrested? A morning moron, and all that's going to be coming up here. So make sure you keep it here all morning long. Your morning moron is coming up after the Foo Fighters. Why don't we kick things off a little Queens of the Stone Age? No one knows a Rock 102.1 KFMA, but you know the name of the show, right? All right, cool. Let's go. Something with your audio is crazy here, Avery. So let's see if we can fix that. All right, how about now? Oh, wait. All right, unmute your mic.
Haha, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Try to turn down your mic volume if you have an option there. Just a tad. We got Avery joining us from New Mexico. Good morning, everybody. That was our show open. And yes, I'm Mr. $650 jersey man. And we did lose back-to-back. But at least Manny's Tucson Knights pulled out a dub, shutting out their competition. Congratulations, Manny. I'd love to see that. We have a lot of stuff to cover. I think. What did you just do now? Whatever you just did, undo that.
Undo that? Okay.
Yeah.
I brought it down lower.
There you go. Okay. Now
there we go.
Now you good. Now you sound good.
Okay, good.
These are all experimental, but you got headphones and everything. You're sounding good. And good morning. Now, Avery, this is the first time that we're seeing you in your home and your abode. What you got here behind you? You got a nice little setup.
I do. I have I'm a huge sci-fi and horror nerd, so I have The Thing. I have some film cells from 35 millimeter prints of The Thing. Lots of books. Let's see, I have a picture of John Carpenter with Kurt Russell up there, Dad and Dad, of course. That's pretty much it. I think I have some Star Wars back there too. It's kind of phased out. Some sexy Jeff Goldblum up there.
Oh, you gotta have some sexy Goldblum. And I don't think you met Weirdo yet, but Avery, this is Weirdo, this is Avery.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. I used to listen to you on this station.
That's right. Yeah, she's dating you right now. She's making you feel old. She used to listen to you on the station growing up when she was a wee lad.
Oh, shut up.
Growing up. Wonderful, wonderful. I do feel ancient. Thank you.
That's
Great
good.
start to my morning.
Well, this is that's just the way that we kind of ease into feeling old, because coming up I'm gonna give you a top 5 of things we used to do in 2004
Oh
that
no.
that we don't do anymore. So we're all gonna feel kind of old about this, and I want you to kind of think to yourself right now of something that you used to do in 2004. I'll give you an example right off the bat that will kind of jog your memory. Paying $1 for a ringtone that was just a crappy MIDI version of the song you liked.
Yep.
Right. So these are things in 2004 we used to do all the time. And, technology is so advanced. Time flies so quickly. Now these things are literally like ancient, historic, like activities
Right.
that previous generations did.
Well, and my kids and the Gen Zers, they don't even their phones are always on silent or vibrate. Like they don't even do any kind of ringtones.
No, I
was
know.
like, really?
Yeah, ringtones aren't a thing anymore. Let's get on the air. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. That's Legends Never Die. Joining us from a wind tunnel in New Mexico is Avery on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Coming up next, we are going to break down one of my favorite lists that I saw over the past couple of days, things that we used to do in 2004 that are no more. Yes, and there are tons of different activities that we were doing day to day that are now ancient, and kids today would never understand.
Nope.
So we're going to take a stroll down memory lane after Infected by Bad Religion on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Keeping the conversation moving, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here because we're getting old next. Beef Vegan Presents. There. I try it again. Adjust your volume again because I hear some. I think it's, you know what it is? I think it's electronic noise.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, and I couldn't get my studio mic to work today too, so that was, the whole problem.
We'll get there. First. Now let me ask you this. So we had Valentine's Day recently. Did you guys have both? You're both in relationships. So Weirdo's in a relationship times 3. She's a polycube. We'll get to that later. But I met your significant other, Avery. Did he give you any candy for Valentine's Day?
No, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day. We do Valentine's Day every day. So I was also working, so we were serving people Valentine's Day things that day, not ourselves.
Right.
Dude, my friend Lizzie has the best joke. She said with her and her boyfriend, they've been together for like 20 years, and she's like, no, we do side chick day. We go out the next day and then go hit up Walgreens for all like the 70% off candy.
Well, yeah. And if you did that, that's smart. And if you did that, you could have got one of these Reese's pink hearts.
My God.
Now, this is what's great about this is this is a fail. So the context of the text says, what's wrong, babe? You barely touched your Reese's ball sack. And the reason why is because that's what the Reese's cups look like. Fantastic.
They did not plan that. It's like, what was it, last Easter? They had the peeps that look like penises.
Yes.
So
Penis
good.
Peeps, Reese's ball sacks. A combination of the everything is fantastic. And it's the first time you had a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I think somebody in marketing has honestly gotten so smart. Like, we just have a bunch of memers running the world. So I honestly think this is on purpose at this point. Get us to buy it. I'm here to buy it. I'll buy the ball sack ones. You win. Like, it's too funny.
Especially if you make them salty peanut butter cups, then you're on brand.
Salty caramel chocolate.
Super good. And, chocolate and salt always is a good combination for sure. So let's see, I have 1:36. Maybe we have enough for this viral video. I actually have a couple videos that I'm going to show you guys throughout the stream. We're going to start with, well, I don't know if I have enough time for this, Karen, but let's find out. This is a Karen situation from a Wendy's who gets absolutely crazy. And let's see. Oh, the post was removed by moderators.
Damn it.
I know you got to be quick on this, man. Once it goes viral.
Right.
And you're just like, oh, no. So I turn down your something again. Let's see. I got to do that. Okay. You know what? I'll do it on my end, Avery. Once I start getting digital white noise, I'll mute you. And then I'll pop it back in. And we'll work on that microphone. So this is a first-time experiment. But, we have the technology. We could be joined from people from all over the world. Even as far away, like exotic locations like New Mexico. Ooh. And
Look
what
at us
part of New
go.
Mexico again?
A very small town of accumulatively 5,000 people called Lordsburg, New Mexico. I'm only 2 hours away from you, so not a big deal.
right across the border, right?
Right across the border. 20
Nice.
minutes from Arizona.
Nice. Todd's asking if you have a fan nearby. If you do, then you turn that off. That will help. But you don't. Yeah, you're good.
No.
All right, let's get on the air. Here we go. Rock 102.1 KF Man, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here on the podcast broadcast. That was Bad Religion with Infected. Now, 2004 seems like a lifetime ago, and for a lot of our younger listeners, it was, right? You know, but when you think about it, we continue to evolve with our technology, where we take for granted the things that we do each and every day today, and we don't even think that these are going to be things of a past here in like 5 to 10 years, which will definitely be a factor. So I came across a Reddit list that I found wildly amusing. It was things that we did in 2004 that are just no more, right? And this kind of gives you an idea of how old we're getting, unfortunately. So right off the top of the head, I'll ask you both, what's an activity that you guys used to do in 2004 that you just don't do anymore? Does anything come to mind when I ask you this question?
I mean, for me, every day I was going home after school looking forward to downloading an album like on LimeWire.
Right.
And of course, taking hours, right? Like it took so long.
Right.
Or downloading movies too.
Yeah, downloading movies as well, taking it out. So just downloading stuff in general.
Right. Like it was an event.
Yes.
It was
Avery,
ridiculous.
what about you?
So I graduated in 2010, just to give you guys a little perspective there. So I was in middle school enjoying the family computer that used to be in the living room, and nobody else had access to it. So that's a big one for me. Not very much to do on there, but play like the little pinball machine game and stuff like that, because internet connection was up and down.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. You know, that's the family computer was a thing, and you know, wasn't access. Everyone's on the internet now on everything, but it was definitely with dial-up. It was an inconvenience and a luxury that most people didn't even get on board with until it became super fast and easy. You know, which I actually, in hindsight, kind of kicked myself because I'm like, oh, I could have had a head start. Could have been making money or something. Here's some of my favorite, comments on this thread that made me say, oh, yeah. Like passive aggressively adding their current mood as an I am status.
Oh, yeah.
Was one that, something that you could do. Here's another one here. It was going on to MapQuest on a PC to print or write down the directions for a road trip. That didn't even seem that long ago where you had to do that.
Oh my God. My dad only stopped doing that like a year and a half ago.
Nah.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. He's like, all right, we're ready for our trip. Here we go. I was like, are you kidding? Yeah, we have GPS.
Yes. And it was definitely a 2004 thing. Let's see. We also had carrying a 20 to 30 CD case around in your car. The CD case was a thing, right?
Yeah, and if you got your car broken into and that got jacked, your whole month was ruined.
Absolutely. Yeah. Same. Like, what was the biggest CD case that you had?
I had 100.
You had 100? What about you, Avery?
Case.
Did you ever have a CD case?
I did, yeah. I specifically remember having just like knockoff ones that were just like the unwanted ones that people like handed you, like family members, like, here's this old CD I don't like. You have it. And so it's just a bunch of junk, like not even anything good. Or when people would break into people's cars, I would be like happening to be passing by and there's just CDs laying on the floor next to a car that nobody wanted. So not anything worthwhile.
Yeah, my mom actually just recently was like, hey, she every couple months, she's like, hey, I got stuff at the house you need. I'm like, do I need it? Because I feel like I would grab it if I needed it. And, the family house is the family house. That's storage. Well, she basically dropped off like old CD books for me. I'm like, what in the F do you think I need this for, Mom? Honestly, like who has a CD player? I don't even have a CD player anymore.
Dude, when we downsized a year and a half ago, we got rid of booklets of DVDs and CDs. And I'll tell you, we posted it to Facebook. And there was people like trying to be like, I know you posted it for $20 and you've got a bunch of people, but like, I'll give you 100. Like we had people trying to out, but like I guess it like kind of came back in style of having all these CDs. Like what the hell?
Collectors, I don't know.
Collectors,
but yeah,
okay.
if they could see if there's and if they are
take
original
my System
CDs.
of a Down and Limp Bizkit albums from
right. Take it back,
2006.
make it happen. Yeah, there's another one here, and I want them to bring this back. Oh well, I remember also burning CDs. Burning CDs was a thing.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and burning the mix CDs to give to like a
person.
potential partner, even.
Yes, super cheesy for sure. But yes, having all those mixes always work. And then let's see. Now, Manny just mentioned this, and I'm all about this. MySpace. Now, Avery, were you young enough to have MySpace? You seem like you'd be a MySpace emo queen.
Oh man, I loved MySpace. It was my jam. I was like, it was hard for me to even like abandon it for Facebook by the time it was just crickets and everyone was on Facebook. I was like, no, I'm not leaving this. It's so good. But,
Same way.
Yeah, the thing with MySpace was adjusting your top 8 and the flex of doing that to be like, bitch, you're out of my top 8.
No, my favorite feature was when they added, you could put music. So when they came to your page and they're like reading it, you could you could make so many moods. It was fantastic. Or pretending to code because you'd copy and paste and it'd give you a whole theme.
Well, that's what Lisa said on her stream. She loved MySpace and learning HTML because that really was like our introduction into coding. And the fact that they, we all jumped ship from that is upsetting because we'd be better at developing our own websites if we stuck with Tom. He was our friend after all, and we just abandoned him. Like literally, this guy came up with a social media platform where he's like, hey, if you don't have any friends, don't worry. I will be your number one friend.
Yeah.
I got you, boo. And you're like, F you, I'm going to Facebook, right? Like that's how we are. It's selfish.
Yeah, but he sold MySpace to like Yahoo for like so much money. I think he's okay.
I don't care. No, we still need it back.
$580 million is what he sold MySpace for when it was like kind of dead, which is hilarious to me.
Yeah, that's at the tail end. That's after everyone jumped ship. This is after, you would take $540 too if you had a bunch of friends and they all left you for no reason. It's like you were still doing good friend stuff and they're just like, you know what? I found someone cooler. Sorry, Tom, you're a loser. And we left them. So at least he got $540 million for inventing.
We're gonna go hang out with Mark now.
Right. Yeah. All right. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. I do have a couple more throwback things that we used to do in 2004 that we just don't do anymore. Plus, I have some viral videos that I want to share with you, including people love trolling Michael Bisbing, and I would play this audio on the air, but the way they get him every single time is with dirty jokes, and that's UFC legend Michael Bisbing. It's hilarious. We're going to go down a rabbit hole on that and be back after music from I Prevail on Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, Avery, I figured it out. Here's what we need to do. Whenever you're not talking, I need you to mute your own mic, and then you unmute when you do talk, because it's the silence that picks up the white noise in the background for whatever reason. That's why I've been going mute, unmute, right? But if you could do that and I pop in, then boom, and that's how we'll figure out today. All right, let me pull this up here. You're gonna get a kick out of this because this is super funny. Now I came across this is a full-blown thread, right? And Michael Bisbing, just to catch you up, he used to be a UFC fighter, Ultimate Fighter, on the Contestant Show. The Ultimate Fighting Champion, or The Ultimate Fighter was the name of the reality show that the UFC does. And he won that. And he's from the UK, and then he eventually became a champion. And then had a good run in the UFC, and now he's a commentator for the UFC. Okay, so that's Michael Bisbing and the background of Bisbing. Now, whatever started, for whatever reason, and the guy's been punched in the head a lot, but he still comes off as a, reasonably intelligent guy.
Right.
But he falls for these pranks nonstop. So he's on sites like Cameo, and he's interacting with fans. And when they donate a certain amount of money, he'll give shout outs. And this is what kind of began a trend that Michael Bisbing is now victim of. So what they'll do is, you'll see a screenshot right here. Can you give my friend Lou Sassel a shout out? And for $5, of course, Bisbing will give Lou Sassel a shout out for $5. Here, so that's just one example. Here are multiple times Michael Bisbing fell for these kind of pranks. Now, Lou Sassel, right? Mm-hmm. Do you pick it up?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, just making sure you weren't confused. Here's another one here.
Penn Island recently. Penn Island. I've never heard of Penn Island. Is that a real place? Let's look it up. Penn Island. I think you're fucking with me. Penn Island. Let's have a look what Penn Island brings up. Penn Island. Pens. Penis land, you prick. Penis land. Oh my God, I am an absolute fool, Anna. I literally had no idea. I'm like, Penn Island? I've never heard of that one. Yeah. Oh, you got me good. I love
That's literally 8th grade stuff. At least he's a good fan, but it gets worse, right?
Thank you. He says, all the best, all the love from Saudi, Mike. I've been following you throughout your MMA career. Can you shout out my new ice cream van? Ice Wallow, come. Oh, you're a dickhead. Oh, but that's a good one. That's a good one.
He's
you got me
so
there, didn't you? Can you shout
about
out
it,
my
though.
new ice cream?
Well, yeah, he's getting paid in the process, but they're still trolling him, and they know he's just that easy that they can continue to just F with him. One more time.
Saleh Ofer, thank you. He says, all the best, all the love from Saudi, Mike. I've been following you throughout your MMA career. Can you shout out my new ice cream van? Ice Wallow, come. Oh, you're a dickhead.
All right, hold on. But it doesn't stop there. This is a thread of just funny times he got trolled.
Think of the new Chinese female prospect, Jen Atalia. Ooh, Jen Atalia. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm sure you'll smash it. Favorite fighter is Haywood Jablomi. Hey, I do like it. There's some new ones today. Haywood Jablomi. Oh, here's a new one. What do we think about the new women's bantamweight, Edith Pussy? Edith Pussy. That sounds like Mike Tyson. Can you give my friend Lou Sassol a shout out? Lou Sassol, hope you're well, buddy. And I hope Lou Sassol. Hey, Mike, what do we think?
Hey, there's more. He looks a little cross-eyed when he does this.
Versus Hamzat Chimaev. I got Paulo by Flying Need Grows. You a dickhead. You are an absolute bell. Mike, predictions on Paulo Costa versus Hamzat Chimaev. I got Paulo by Flying Need Grows.
I say Flying Negroes. Oh, not good. Yeah.
I was waiting.
Yeah. I didn't get that one.
Hold on. Go to your Instagram. I just sent you something similar to this.
No, because that's a whole nother tab I got to go into. Let me get a couple more, and then we'll do it on break. Here, and then I'll pull it up. All right. He gives thoughts on new fighter.
Thoughts on the MMA fighter, Kilab Blacks. Kilab Blacks? It's supposed to be a joke, but I don't get it. Thoughts on the MMA fighter.
Do you get it? I don't get it either.
Kilab Blacks.
I'm not saying it.
Oh, is it another racist thing? Oh, God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you know what?
I'm not doing it.
I'm so not racist. I can't even register this stuff.
I didn't at first until I said it like the third time. I was like, oh, come on.
All right. So yeah, that's a little bit of that. All right. I'm going to reset real quick, pull up what Weirdo sent me. And then earlier this morning, stop patting yourself on the back. We did our morning moron, which was with including a mug shot. And in case you missed it, we'll be the judge of how good it is, by the way.
Okay.
Avery, you ready to judge this?
I'm here. I'm ready.
Coming in hot, which is good. All right, earlier this morning we did our morning moron. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. I'll give you the longer version of that tea off air after this next break.
Like that.
Yeah. Talking all the gossip. We don't have news, which is good today. That means our commercial breaks aren't that long. And, I'm being blamed for not having news on the station or all of our stations. But I really think that everyone involved should be thanking me because I'm the only one that's business minded enough to know that, hey, this deal that we have going is completely one-sided, and until there's like the idea behind the news, it was like, hey, we're gonna like promote each other, right?
Yeah,
which is in media that makes sense.
Yeah, promote
each other, right? Like KOLD, we got the news on all of our stations, we're promoting KOLD. All right, well, now KOLD, you're gonna promote any of our stations? And then crickets, nothing for like 7 years. And they're just like, no, we got to keep this deal going. I'm like, what? It's not a deal. If anything, like we're a booty call. Like he don't love you, girl. Like that. It's all take. It is all take. And I'm the only one. I'm not even in a position. I'm not management by any means. The manager's probably even going to get mad that I bring it up. But the fact is, like, hey, this is a bad deal, guys.
Right? You're like, this is a marching band of red flags.
Right. If you think this is a good deal, then how about let me buy your car because you got a nice car, and I'll pay you eventually. Right? You just give me the car, and so I'll take the services, and then don't worry, girl, you'll get your money. A wink, wink. That's the way we operate around here. What the F's going on, man? All right, let's get into this. 6:17. It's time for your morning moron. All right, if you think that was dumb, I got a story that blows most morning morons out of the water, and it involves a police officer. Normally, the police officers involved in our morning moron stories are showing up to apprehend said morning moron. Today's morning moron's a little bit different because it is a police officer.
Ooh.
A 33-year-old police officer in Columbus, Mississippi, to be precise, who just lost her job after she was caught shoplifting while on duty.
Oh, I saw this.
Yes. Now the kicker is like, okay, you're on duty. Are you an undercover cop? And you're just like, you don't get paid enough, and you're skimming or whatever the case. No, actually, she's a uniformed police officer, and she was shoplifting while in uniform. Yes, everyone saw this case because it's baffling. Her name is Robin Connor, and she was working in uniform last Wednesday when she allegedly walked out of a Dick's sporting goods store with a $140 pair of shoes. An employee saw it and happened to call 911, right? To which, of course, when you call 911, then the operator then dispatches the closest authority, closest officer happens to be her. She's still there in the parking lot. Now, she was in uniform when fellow officers got her in custody, and this is the part that adds insult to injury. They took her to jail using her own police car. And they're like, all right, get in your car. She's like, okay. And she opens up the driver's side door like, no. In the back.
In the back. Watch your head.
Oh, yeah. Just for a $140 pair of shoes. Now, the city council held a special meeting the next day and unanimously voted to have her canned. The police chief said the incident was embarrassing, which I believe should be an understatement.
You're right.
She's now out of a job, facing charges of misdemeanor shoplifting, and add insult to injury, they did not let her keep those sneakers, which I'm sure were pretty dope. There's a mugshot that you'll see of the former officer in the podcast broadcast later on. But to be an officer in uniform, shoplifting at Dick's, and then also getting caught and getting taken to jail in your own police car means she's in the Hall of Fame instantly for morning morons. All right, there you have it. That was your morning moron for this morning, and it was a doozy, was it not? Yes. And then Manny, yes, I did see that video that you're referring to of the cop with his PTSD, like emptying a clip because an acorn hit the roof. It was rough. I don't know how old that was, but yeah, it's a scary thing. All right, let's gossip about T-Swizzle and Kelce here. I know, that's what we're doing. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. I'm joined by Weirdo and Avery here on the podcast broadcast. And I want to ask you guys a question, okay? Have you ever tried to fix up a boyfriend? Meaning, like, have you invested in making your boyfriend kind of fit your style a little bit better, cleaning them up a little bit?
Yes.
So you're saying yes all the way through.
Oh, yeah. My husband, 100%. Like, when we first started dating, he, came out of the bathroom and he's wearing gray boxer briefs and a gray undershirt. I'm like, no, we're not doing monotone like that. Get out.
You can't match like that?
No.
Okay,
no,
so
and not with gray. No way, because he also came out with gray shorts and a gray shirt that he was planning on putting on. I was like, absolutely not.
He's just matching. It's a guy just simply matching. Wasn't good enough for you, huh?
Nope.
Yeah. So you ended up investing in his style and trying to make him cool. I feel like this is only a thing that women would do. I don't think men definitely, they don't have the style.
My husband could not tell you the last time he bought his own clothes. It has been me and my girlfriend buying all his stuff.
Well, good for him and lucky him. I like to think I have a good personal style, but I'm pretty sure if I find a certain woman, she might want to completely change everything about my appearance and even my lifestyle. The reason why I bring this up is because the tabloids are reporting that Taylor Swift is doing this to Travis Kelce. And I think it's hilarious. But of course, she does it on a super baller
Right, I was
level.
about to say, isn't it an insane amount of money that she spent?
Well, first off, there's reportedly some stipulations and changes to his lifestyle. Now, Travis Kelce has been, had money and has been famous and has been jocular his entire adult life.
Mhm.
So part of having that resume is that you get to frequent strip clubs. It's just part of the lifestyle.
Right.
But Taylor allegedly has put a ban on that. After seeing him wear a t-shirt from the Crazy Horse 3 in Vegas after a game against the Raiders earlier this year, which says a lot because, the Crazy Horse is in Las Vegas and he was in Las Vegas playing against the Raiders. And then after the game, literally wearing a strip club's t-shirt. Not a good look. So she's like, no more strip clubs for you if you want to smash, me. But she also wants him to FaceTime her instead of texting when they're apart because she secretly wants to see where he is and who he's with. Yeah, red flags yet? Now, with that, she is also changing his looks and his appearance. Now, we'll see if this is an actual thing because you'll be able to do before and afters.
Yeah.
And to see how legible, credible these allegations are. But she supposedly gave him $500,000 to step up his wardrobe, even though he obviously has enough money to buy his own stuff, but still likes to rock free t-shirts from strip clubs. I don't know. Have you ever bought clothes for your significant other, Avery?
Oh, that was weird. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't think. Okay, cool. I can hear you now. I think guys definitely don't get as much attention as what girls do. Like girls get to go out and like, dang girl, you're banging. So if your banging girl is telling you like, ooh, baby, like you look good in this right here, like I think you would be down for it. Like that sounds like something you'd want to feel good about yourself. You're seeing your girl and you're like, dang, she likes me, so I like me. This is awesome. So yeah, guys need help too. We're here to dazzle you up as well.
Yeah, but have you ever spent money on your dude just to make him look better, just so you'd be more attracted to him?
Yeah, like it's an aesthetic thing. Girls dress up to look good. We know how to do it. We're I think a little bit more in tune with that. So it's like, yeah, dude, you look good in this. However, is it to like extend my own style or like to like overforce a style? Definitely not. But like, dude, you look good in those jeans. Yes, I like looking at your butt. It's awesome.
I never got that compliment, but I recall like I had an ex that would buy me clothes all the time, but it would make me feel like a giant nerd. I'm like, who are you trying to turn me into here? Like, this is just like terrible. Like, like a little polos and like, ugh. No, I don't like who you're trying to make me turn into.
Well, on the flip side, I made the mistake of my boyfriend was putting on a sweater. It was like kind of bold green and blue stripes, and it looked really good on him, but I made a joke at him. I was like, what's up? Where's Blue? From Blue's Clues, because he did. He looked like Steve from Blue's Clues, and he didn't say anything. He just went on to work, whatever. And then I realized, like, so many months later, I was like, hey, why didn't you wear this? Or like, I think I asked my girlfriend, I was like, why didn't Andrew wear this sweater anymore? He goes, dude, you made fun of him.
You made fun of him once, and that was retired.
Silly.
Sorry. I love that. Now, according to this whole story, as far as getting $500,000, so Travis would step up his wardrobe. A source says that she loves that he likes to take chances on his style choices, which means he has no style. But some of that his outfits have been suspect. And they say that she's not trying to change Travis; she's just trying to help him evolve to meet his new level of fame.
Or to not dress like his brother. Some of his brother's outfits are ridiculous.
Well, yeah, just trying to make him not look like he's just a bro dude. Now he's got to look like a billionaire because he's banging a billionaire. I don't know.
That whole world is weird. Like, what even is their fashion, and them even pronouncing it as good fashion, I think has a lot of room to be discussed to begin with, honestly. But I think I would go more on his brother's end. Like, if I was that famous, I would just be trolling people like constantly. So I'm with the brother, man. He's got it figured out.
Yeah, me too. And I felt like I related to Travis Kelce more when he wore t-shirts that he got for free, because that's half my wardrobe. Like, hey, there's an everyman. You got this for free, for sure, with the lap dance.
Right.
All right, we're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more right after Lincoln Park on Rock 102.1. Clear. All right, nice. That was good. In fact, actually, there was a there was audio of Travis Kelce. He had an F, Marry, Kill question asked in 2016. The F, Marry, Kill was between, I think, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and Katy Perry. What do you think he selected for his F, Marry, Kill choices? I'll start with you, Weirdo.
So Ariana Grande, Katy Perry, or Taylor Swift?
Yeah, F, Marry, Kill.
F, Katy Perry, kill Ariana Grande, and marry Taylor Swift.
All right. What do you think, Avery?
Honestly, that was my go-to as well. Like, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely going for banging Katy Perry, killing Ariana Grande, and marrying Taylor Swift too. Yeah.
You guys are both wrong.
No.
And this might come back to haunt him. But he did say he would kill Ariana Grande.
Oh, okay. So that was right.
Yes. He would F Taylor Swift.
Ah.
And he would marry Katy Perry.
So
for the
it's
record,
split.
though, I think you both got it right.
Mhm.
And that's what I would have chose as well.
Right.
You're definitely effing Katy Perry. That's going to be a good time. But you don't want to marry her. Taylor Swift is like marrying Oprah at this point.
Right.
That level of money and success. And that's the thing. He was out. He visited Taylor in Australia for the tour, hung out there, and then flew back to hang out with the boys for a bachelor party in Vegas. But guess how he flew back? He wasn't first class on Delta. No. Hey, go ahead, baby. Take my private jet.
Right.
Fly back to Las Vegas. Little perks that you receive. I can't even recall any kind of perks, like not even close to that, obviously, but any of those.
I think I'm a pretty good partner, but yeah, I'm not offering any of that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's get ready here for our next segment. But earlier this morning, we gave you an update of the Florida Man Games. We announced this on the show a couple months ago. They actually held them over the weekend in Florida. And here's the update of what we missed and how we're excited about next year's round of the Florida Man Games. Check this out.
Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man.
You guys should know that song, know and love it by now. That's our Florida Man anthem. Each and every day, or at least a few times a week, we talk about a Florida Man story. Florida Man is just a part of our vernacular as far as Americans. The Florida Man has been a legendary spectacle, if you will, for decades now. It really has been a couple decades that people realize that Florida goes wild. And every now and then somebody can be dubbed a Florida Man by being just a maniac. Well, it was only a matter of time till somebody capitalized on the Florida Man phenomena. And we talked about a few months ago what was going to be the inaugural Florida Man Games happening in Florida. And I'm happy to report that they successfully happened over the weekend in St. Augustine. And organizers say it was a huge success. And by all the images that we've seen online and pictures, it did look like a huge success. Tickets were $50 for the event, and where people showed up to compete in many different contests, including a mullet contest, a mud duel with pool noodles, an evading arrest obstacle course where actual cops chase people down.
They even got the popo involved?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
The community was involved on all levels. The best quote was from a guy named James Gordon, who won the barbecue pork and sausage speed eating contest. Right? He said, I lived in Florida my whole life. They're calling these events, but I'm calling this a friggin' Tuesday afternoon.
Exactly.
The only real issue was no women's division. The only event for women was a Florida Man pinup contest, because we got to sexualize people, that's Florida style. One of the judges for the games was Lloyd Frederick, who played Ice on American Gladiators. And she also suggested that women participate in the games, but they're like, no, ma'am. It's a Florida Man event, So as you see, $50 is how much it costs to be there. So they're guessing around 5,000 people at least bought tickets for this. So they're all happy about the turnout. One thing I did notice from a crowd shot, and I don't know if you'll be able to pick this up here. Like, here's a picture of the crowd shot. Packed bleachers here. Weirdo. All right.
Yeah.
What's the one thing everybody in this picture has in common if you were to look up close?
I mean, they're all white.
Super white.
Yep.
Yeah. In
Yep.
fact, actually, there's like not a single person with any melatonin in their skin. Melatonin. That's not what it's called.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I say, about 80% are blonde.
Yeah, dude. It's a super white event, apparently. Like, not even like one Cuban felt like they'd like to go to this event. Hopefully, they didn't exclude anybody from buying tickets.
Weirdly, I'm not seeing any facial tattoos.
No, yeah, you're not seeing it. Everyone with the facial tattoo actually was a participant, and that's the thing. You're looking at the crowd. So yeah, you don't see bears at the zoo looking at cheetahs amongst the people. No, they're inside the exhibits being looked at. But either way, huge event, and Florida Man Games is something that they could probably even take on the road, because I know there's Florida Man all over the country, not just in the Great Mistake of Florida.
There's a lot of them here in our own state.
Absolutely.
I think my favorite part is this one where you're riding a bike and you have to have that second stolen bike for your friend.
Yeah.
And weaving through cones. Because that's something my girlfriend pointed out to me. She pointed out this guy. I was like, oh man, he was, got a new bike for his kid or something. She goes, no, honey, he stole it.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
Which is great. I really feel like the organizers behind here must have worked in radio or something, because they were really creative, fun games. And it's something that probably will turn into some kind of Netflix reality challenge. I mean, it reminds me a lot of like the challenge. So these are silly reality type of competitions that have a little bit of a comedy based premise behind them, and a bunch of people show up, get drunk, eat barbecue, and cheer on these nuts as they compete and wrestle in the mud and whatnot. Americana at its finest.
Yes.
So it looks like this would be the first of many Florida Man contests to come. So we'll keep you updated when they announce the next one. Let's hit the reset. We got Weird News, Weirdo, and more coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1. Yes, for the record, I yelled at Weirdo for being as dumb as me. I'm like, you can't be as dumb as me. You have to be the smarter one in this situation. When I say melatonin, I know that's what you take to go to sleep. That's a sleeping aid, right?
I take it every night.
Yes. Yeah, you take it every fucking night. And at the same time, you're like, no, that's correct. Like, no, man, we're talking about like, the chemical in the skin that makes people darker so they don't sunburn.
First of all, I went to beauty school, which we learned about melanin and how it affects hair, skin, nails, all that.
Right. So,
Happy Monday, everybody.
I know. And look, it's on brand. If I come off and I say something stupid accidentally, if my brain shuts out for a minute, it happens, right? I'm trying to take vitamins for it. But either way, when I have you here for the sole purpose of being able to correct me when I'm A, ignorant, or B, offensive, right? And you have a bad habit of being just like me, and so, especially on the offensive side, but sometimes on the ignorant side. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, every time you're like, have I gone too far? I'm like, dude, I'm the wrong one to ask.
I understand
My
that.
threshold is real high.
I know, and sometimes you're even more offensive, but you can't be more ignorant. And I'm apparently it's possible, but you shouldn't be more ignorant than I. So how do you pronounce the melanin? Melanin. I still don't even feel like that's coming off properly. Avery, help us out. How do you pronounce that? Melatonin?
Melatonin. I mean, I gotta say, like, I know a lot of crap about a lot of crap. That might not be one of the things I know. So, we're not supposed to be experts at everything.
This,
It sounds off.
panel.
It's fine.
This was not the panel to ask. Okay, well, fair enough. All right, let me show you the largest anaconda you're going to see this morning. Check this out. Yes. So a 34-foot. This is in a construction site in Brazil. Imagine going to work and seeing that and being like, I think we're going to take the day off.
Right.
It's like
He owns now.
Yeah, look at that massive beast, dude. 34 feet climbing all over that. And they're lifting it up, obviously, but brutal. Just straight up killer. There's a kid there. Get that kid out of there, dude. I don't care if you're about to kill that thing. You
It is
see-
a gummy bear snack to that freaking snake.
Yeah, 34 feet, 990 pounds, an anaconda discovered at a construction site in Brazil. Beautiful.
That right there should be the whole like message of like stop cutting down the rainforest. The anacondas will get you.
Yeah, they're going to move into the neighborhood for sure.
Oh, I saw this.
Yes, this is something just for you and Avery. I know you guys both like the pit. All right, this is the F around and find out moment. The guy kept going with the big guy, and he's like, nope.
Versus all, it's an EDM festival.
Yep, elbow. Look at the face. And then the guy dropped, and he went back, and he's like, cool, now I can go back to Raven. Thanks, man.
Right. There's a time and place. And even at like rock or metal shows, there is a spot that has the circle pit. And then you'll have these idiots try starting in other places. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Well, we are showing lessons on the podcast broadcast stream of what not to do in a pit, and you F around and you find out. We also looked at a large anaconda, and that is not even a melatonin. No, I meant that's not even an innuendo. See, this is how. And he'd be here to correct me, weirdo. Again, don't be the dumber one in the room. I am here to be the dumbest one in the room. Okay.
Bibigan presents a panel of idiots this morning. It's great.
No, stop. Don't stop bringing us all down. I am the everyman dumbass, and you guys are the voice of reason, the educated. I mean, we were all educated in Arizona, and I think that's probably part of the
It's
problem.
a day of chaos. It's fine.
No, I'm blaming it on the chaos. Well, let's learn something while we're here. It's not going to be all dumb things, okay? Sometimes ignorance breeds confidence, right? But how can you brag without coming off self-centered? Now, your milestones and accomplishments are worth talking about, but there is a way to do it and a way not to do it to where you'll come off sounding like a jerk. Some may feel like you have imposter syndrome, in fact. So you don't want to do that. And I actually have tips on what you can do to help brag about your own accomplishments without coming off self-centered. And I say this as not only to help you guys out and teach you, but also to learn them myself, because I fear that sometimes when I brag about certain accomplishments, and I've accomplished certain things in my life here, weirdo. I'm a well-accomplished man, award-winning, in fact. I have plaques in my house that I could prove to you. But see, when I say it like that, I come off like a self-centered jerk.
Yep.
So what can we do? Well, here's things that you need to know about bragging about your accomplishment. One, your voice and the news is worthy to be heard. So know this, okay? And bragging is just a part of being good at what you do. So it should be about priority to share the good news you've done. So here's how you spread the word without coming off self-centered, okay? Asking your boss the best way to communicate your wins to them.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Be like, how do you want to receive this information without me looking like an ass?
So I might do that today. All right. You could call a friend and ask them to celebrate your win with you. So that way you're creating a special occasion.
Yeah.
So that way, and you're not being self-centered, you're actually including. And
look at that.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Any reason to crack a beer or to hang out with someone you enjoy being around is a good one.
Yeah.
So why don't you make that, a reason to celebrate, right? Writing down all the things you're up to and sharing them with people who matter.
Okay.
Is another way. And contacting people outside your network to spread the word. I don't know how to do that besides tweeting out that I'm the man. And I've done that, and I got 3 thumbs down. They don't even have that feature on Twitter. I don't even know how they did it, but there's a couple gifts thrown on there. But either way, those are ways that you could brag without coming off self-centered. I don't know if it really translates, though. Some of these feel like you're still going to come off self-centered. So, have a soft approach while contacting people outside your network.
I mean, I think that's what it's got to do with is like context, tone, who you're telling, that kind of thing. Because like there is a difference between like just bragging and wanting to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I think really that second one of like, come and celebrate, let's include everybody versus me just like standing on top of a soapbox, just bragging.
Right. Yeah. Well, what's something that you could brag about? I'm giving you an option and an opportunity to self-brag about a recent accomplishment, and you won't come off self-centered because I'm giving you the invitation. So give me something that you're super proud that you've accomplished recently.
I signed a contract with Rustics. I'm going to be assistant manager and helping them develop their lash program and some distribution stuff. So that's pretty exciting. Going back into the industry.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. See, not self-centered at all. Avery, your turn.
Awesome. I also gotta say, like, who you're talking to, if they're gonna be dragging you down, maybe that's an insecurity thing too. So, room to talk about the other end of it too.
Yeah.
So dude, great accomplishment though. Would never have thought you were bragging, even if you told me that just out of the blue. So thank you.
That's pretty nice.
Congratulations.
See, tone. It's gonna
Tone,
be
yeah.
You
miles.
have something to
Yeah.
brag about. Give me a braggart, a self braggart.
A self-braggart. I made blood squirt out of a cake yesterday. That was awesome. Bragging about myself making things happen and making a mess in my kitchen.
No, she's a baker. And
Yeah.
she has a lot of cool stuff going on where she's combining her passions. And did you post the video on your Instagram for the blood squirting out of a cake?
Not yet. I was doing a practice round first because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I was like, dude, it worked. I'm so happy. The basic concept of, stabbing it and blood going like this, it worked. It bled everywhere. So up and coming, we will be sharing that good stuff soon.
All right. Well, if you
That's
want to see that when
amazing.
Avery posts it, where can we follow you on Instagram?
Instagram at Avery and Things.
There you go. All right, we're going to hit the reset on the FM side, and we'll be back with the #1 morning show in all of Tucson, Humble Brag. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Now, of course, I might be bending the truth a little bit, but, unless you're going to be like a ratings nerd and research that, then all you're going to do is believe what you're told. That's just the way that our society is too. People believe what they're told.
I want to talk more about this cake. My kid's a pastry chef, and now I'm gonna be like, dude, you need to figure this out, because she's also a horror fan. So
Yeah, how did you? I mean, this is basically like a lava cake, right? But you have like red lava in it. That is like blood.
So it depends on the type of blood effect that you're looking for. So I did a couple of different things with a 2-layered cake. I'm going to do a 3-layer just to give myself a little bit more room to stuff a bunch more stuff in there. But I put down like the lava cake idea of like really thick blood and covered it with a slice of melted white chocolate. So there was something for the knife to break into, and then it would release it. So I got a really, really good blood flow with that one. The other one was just standard balloons, the same old balloon trick that everyone's been using for, a good amount of time at this point. So yeah, I just had balloons stuffed in the cake, had it all frosted, all pretty. You'd never know it was in there. And just once the knife stabbed through, it worked really well. I needed a sharper knife. I think it kind of had a hard time penetrating the balloon, but that was the only problem I ran into.
So with the balloon, will it just seep out, or will it kind of go like, will it kind of explode a little?
The balloons are really nice because, like, depending on how like thick the mixture is that you have in there, or how light, I got it to stab and shoot out. But also, you keep stabbing it, and there's still like small splurts of blood happening, and like really thick, like real gritty looking stuff. It was awesome.
Oh, I know what to ask for my birthday this year.
That's so funny. How many times have you tried to post something on social media with your like makeup special effects where they don't let you, or they flag you because it looks real? Because she does this. Like, I would show some of Avery's art and like prosthetics, like, movie makeup on the stream, but I'm afraid they would flag this stream because it looks like actual like severed limbs and whatnot.
I'm actually monetized on Instagram now. However, it doesn't really go to use because almost everything that I post special effects wise does get blocked now. I have like a notification that goes up immediately where it's like, you've violated standards, so you're not allowed to monetize on this. And I'm like, damn it, those are my best ones. Like, what are you doing here? So they're in constant battle, but it's nice. Some of them have the little image where it's like, you can't watch this unless you click the extra button. So pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and it always happens. I figured that would be a problem too, because there's been some posts of yours that definitely made me squirm, and thinking that she's showing off an injury. You're like, oh no, she made that. Oh, well done.
You're right.
Well done. Well, let's get on the air and wrap things up with a little beef tip. Thank you for joining us, Avery, as always. I'm sure we'll have you in studio again soon enough. All right, here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for the show today. But I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Don't forget, we're still doing the keywords all day long for you to win $2,024. Robin Nash has your next keyword opportunity at 11:15. Before we leave, I'd like to give you a beef tip. Now, this is a good beef tip for you, Weirdo, because you're doubling up, you're tripling up, you're getting super busy during the week working.
Yes.
But I know that you're still passionate about working out, and you're fearful that, you working too much will lead to you not being as healthy. Well, have no fear. A new study says you could skip working out Monday through Friday and still be in shape and get in shape. You just got to go extra hard on the weekends. All right. So yes, this is a fact. You're saying no, but science backs this up, and you didn't know the difference between melanin and melatonin. So according to this study, if you work out 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, or 1 hour and 15 minutes, 2 days a week, that's the same exact time. With that, you'll get the same results. So you just got to make sure that you work out longer on the weekends if you skipped those important workouts during the week.
I'm old. I need the 30 minutes to warm up for the workout.
Sounds like a personal problem, Weirdo, but you could still be in shape and healthy if you just hit it hard during the weekends, and you could still work yourself to death during the week. And that's good news for you.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Right? So that is your beef tip. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the show. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube page, youtube.com/beefvegan. Follow us all on social media so we can be BFFs, and enjoy the rest of your day. Always drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef,
we'll end it visually with the fuck around and find out.
Into all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.